Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Chandana Banerjee, and today I wanted to talk to you about starting your journey as a homeschooling parent. A lot of moms, especially, have been writing to me and asking me how they can start homeschooling their children. And I get a lot of messages regularly. And I will say that it is becoming a little difficult for me to call up everybody or get on the phone with each person and tell them how to homeschool. Also, I realize that all of us are different. Each of us has a different way of teaching, each of us has different goals in life. So, it's not really that I get on the phone and tell people how to homeschool. I can only share what I have been doing as a homeschooling parent for the past 2.5 years. So I decided to make this video with the hope that I can point you towards all the different resources that I have created for you and for your children in your homeschooling journey. Before we move on, I will request you to subscribe to this channel. The subscribe link is right below. And do check out all the different resources that I have here in my YouTube channel, on my blog, and through my books. So before further ado, let's get on with our video. So, what are some of the things that you can look at if you are starting your homeschooling journey? I get it that when you're taking that plunge into homeschooling, it can feel scary, especially if you're homeschooling in the long run. A lot of you are probably homeschooling just during this lockdown phase or just for this school year or school session. And that is still fine because you know that the schools will reopen and you will send your kids back to school. But for those of you who have been contemplating homeschooling because of this pandemic or since before, this can actually be a decision which is, which is a lot, which feels challenging, which feels difficult, because we have so many self doubts within us, right? We feel whether can we teach our child properly, we feel whether we can do justice to their daily lessons, we worry about lesson plans, we think too much about what kind of syllabus to choose, and on and on. There are lots of questions, and it is my endeavor to regularly create content, whether through video content, through my free Facebook Live classes, or through my blog and my books, to create content that will help homeschooling parents, especially homeschooling moms, to find their own rhythm in their homeschooling journey. So, here are some of the things that I have already created and put online for you. And I'm sure that a lot of your initial questions will be answered through some of these resources that I have already created. One of the first things that I will request all of you to look at is my blog. When you go to my blog, which is chandanabanerjee.com, there is a section which is called Homeschooling Journey, Homeschool Journey. If you click on that, and I am going to leave a link right below, if you click on the homeschool journey section, you will see all the posts that I have written about our own homeschooling experience. I've talked about some of the questions that you need to ask yourself before you start homeschooling, or some of the things that you need to be aware of. For example, the comments that come your way. Also, how I homeschooled when my son was in kindergarten, etc., etc. So do check out that section. It has a few posts on homeschooling, and I am going to add a lot more posts to that section, and I will tell you how as we go on in this talk. So do check out my blog, which is chandanabanerjee.com, and go to the homeschooling section. The second resource that I would like you to check out is right on that blog. I have a free ebook for you to download. It has 60 online homeschooling resources for homeschoolers. So to download that ebook, you will have to subscribe to my blog. And when you open that PDF, it's in PDF format. And when you open the ebook, you will see a list of 60 online resources. Many of them are websites that you can use to teach at home, and you can incorporate them in your daily lessons. And there are some blogs by homeschooling moms. So whenever you feel lost, whenever you feel you need some support, you can always go to those blogs and YouTube channels that I've mentioned in those resources. So do check out that book. My next resource would be right here in this YouTube channel. So if you haven't subscribed as yet, please do subscribe to this channel so that you are always updated about the different content that I'm uploading right here. I have created many videos about homeschooling. The main motto of this channel is to support work from home moms, work and military wives who aspire to create work from home careers on the move. And I also post about homeschooling and about creating a satisfied, purposeful life at home. So, the whole concept of this channel is creating a fulfilling, fun, happy, joyful life within the walls of your home. And this is just not for the pandemic. Even when the pandemic gets over and we are back in our usual groove, I think if we can harness the power, the joy of being at home, we'll never really be lost. We'll never be at a loss for doing things. Because when you know all the different things that you can put into your home life, I think it can be extremely purposeful and extremely interesting. But do especially check out the videos that I have about homeschooling. And there are many facets. Again, I have talked about different things of the lessons, how to lesson plan, some fun activities to do at home, things to consider, etc. And as we go on, I'm only going to add more content to this channel. And homeschooling is one of the main pillars of this channel. So I hope to answer your questions through the videos that I make. So if you have any particular question about homeschooling your child, do write a comment below. I read the comments, and of a lot of my previous videos, if you check out, are based on comments left by my readers. So please do subscribe and share this link with your other homeschooling friends. Another resource that I will ask you to check out is my brand new book, Queen of the At Home Lifestyle. And Queen of the At Home Lifestyle is about three things. One is working from home, about homeschooling, and about homemaking and using homemaking rituals to enhance your work from home career, your homeschooling life, and in general, your home life. So, this I'll again leave the link to the book below. Do check it out. It's available on Amazon as a Kindle read. And again, in the homeschooling section, we have talked about certain aspects of starting homeschooling and some of the simple things that you can do to enhance your homeschooling experience. So that is about it. My blog, my newsletter, and yes, that brings me to my newsletter. Again, if you download my free book, you will be subscribing to my newsletter. I am about to start working. In fact, I've already started writing my next book, which is all about homeschooling. The general concept of this book is, how to nurture relaxed homeschooling and approach it from a place of joy and contentment. Now, what I'm going to do is, as I write my chapters, I'm going to share some of the chapters, the rough draft of the chapters, through my newsletter, okay, and through my blog. So, if you subscribe to my newsletter, you will keep getting the new chapters of this book. Again, I'm not going to publish the whole book through the newsletter, but a part of the book. And as you read the newsletter, as you check out the chapters, then there will be a lot of things for people who are considering starting their homeschooling journey. So do subscribe to the newsletter. I am right now in the research stage of my book, and I will be starting to write the chapters of the book. So as I keep writing the chapters, I will send them out through the newsletter and also post them on my blog. So do subscribe to the newsletter to keep getting a fresh dose of homeschooling tips and know-how from my perspective, from what I have learned through the ups and downs of homeschooling life over the past 2.5 years. And that is it. These are the resources that I have already created or am creating as we speak. Now, apart from that, if you have any more questions, do leave your questions below in the comment section. So whenever I look through a comment section and I find a question, I put it down in my list of ideas for either my blog content or for my YouTube content. So I try to answer my readers' questions through either by making a YouTube video or by writing a blog post. Okay. And also all this feedback is going to go into my book. And I'm hoping that this book, as I start releasing the chapters through the newsletter, and finally, when I publish it sometime later in this year, this book will be like a handy guide for any mom or any dad who wants to start homeschooling, is worried about the whole process, has many questions in their head, and would actually like to approach homeschooling in a more relaxed, happy manner. So If even after this you have more questions and you feel that a comment, writing a question in the comment section, or checking out after you've checked out the videos and the blog post, you still have more questions, I am about to start. I am going to offer group coaching sessions for homeschooling parents or aspiring homeschooling parents. If you're interested in something like this, do get in touch with me. Okay. So if I have a small group, even a small group as like maybe three parents or more, I will, do these 1 hour session, live online sessions to address your concerns and to share some of the things to get you going on your homeschooling journey. So do let me know if you're interested in something like that. And that's about it. So I will see you in my next video. If you have any homeschooling questions, leave them in the comment section. If you found this video and the resources I mentioned in the description section right below, do check them out: the blog, the YouTube channel, the book, and the newsletter as I start releasing the chapters. There is a lot of content already which will answer many of the questions that you have been either sending me or are thinking of sending me. So do check that out. And if you do want something in a more face-to-face interaction, I will be doing online workshops for groups of parents. If you're interested, drop me a line and let me know. And yes, another thing, almost every other week on Fridays, I host a free 30-minute Facebook Live workshop. So, again, we talk about homeschooling in that. We also talk about working from home. So, depending on the topic, if you are with me on Facebook, if you send me a friend request, and you will know what kind of talk I'm going to do that Friday. And it's not every Friday, but about 2 to 3 times a month. So if you're interested, hop on. And I try to answer questions, I try to share things from what I have learned in my homeschooling journey. Yeah. And again, before I end, I homeschool. My son is almost 7 years old, and we've been homeschooling him for the past 2.5 years. And it's been an interesting journey. There's lots that I have learned. In fact, I feel if you're a homeschool parent, you learn so much more yourself. And I have enjoyed, and now I've come to a point where I really love homeschooling, and I can't really visualize sending him to school anymore. So it can be a very, I would say it's not easy, but it is also very fulfilling. And there's always something to learn from other homeschooling parents, from each other, from books, from websites. So I really hope that as you embark on your homeschooling journey, you enjoy this journey as well. There are fears, there are guilt, stress, lots of other things. But if we can wade through that, I think the journey is going to be marvelous. I will see you in my next video. Do subscribe to my channel. Till then, take care. Bye bye.